Hey, welcome back to another winning ads breakdown with the winning ad formula. Today I'm going to break down these three apparel ads. I'm going to cover exactly what makes these winning ads so you can copy the winning ad formula in your ad creative too and create more winning ads more often. That's what we're here, that's what we're here for. That's what this is all about. So what I wanted to remind you of is the three key pieces of the winning ad formula. Number one, the campaign promise. Number two, an attention grabbing hook. And then number three, the irresistible offer. What I really like about these three ads is they all use a process that we call message driven targeting, or essentially they call out, or these ad creatives call out their dream customer, which allows you to, if you're thinking Facebook ads directly, use a broad setup. So what I really like about this perfect jean ad is right in the ad copy, it literally says men, stretchy jeans that will change your life. That's a fantastic example of message driven targeting. And you can clearly see that this ad has gotten a ton of views, right? The other thing that I really love about this ad is the hook. No more ripped pants. As a guy, if you are, depending on the activity, the sport, what have you, like if you're really athletic, etc., your pants can rip, whether you're playing golf or, moving things around the house. So it really speaks to guys, and it's the ad is in a very native looking setting. It almost looks like it could pass as a post in the Instagram feed. And I'd say overall, that's a big theme that we use is a lot of native ads, native looking ads. You want to have your ad creative blend into the newsfeed as much as possible and also stand out at the same time. Like sometimes if it looks too much like an ad, really people will just scroll past it. And, one of the definitions of the winning ad formula is scroll stopping ads, right? And so I want to turn, over to this ad here on the left. Even though I just said, native is very in right now, it's working significantly well. This ad goes above and beyond in terms of its scroll stopping capability. It's like nothing else that you would see in the newsfeed. And this brand, Maverins, is really intentionally trying to stand out in the newsfeed, right? Like they're not trying to. So that's kind of might sound contradictory, but it's either like make sure you really stand out or be very native so that it draws people into the actual content itself. So one of the things that I wanted to call out about this ad specifically is like this two-piece sort of set that they're selling is they're highlighting the unique mechanism behind the product, which is this cocoa blend fabric, right? And so there's a lot of apparel brands out there that are running, Facebook and Instagram ads. And a lot of times, consumers have a hard time figuring out what's different, across these ads. I mean, even if you use the Viore and the Perfect Jean example, they're both selling pants, right? So it can be hard to really sort of identify as the person on the other side, like, what's so great about, these pants. And that's a direct correlation into how healthy or how strong a click-through rate would be. Is if someone can really understand within a split second, 1 to 3 seconds or less, exactly what you're selling and what it can do for them, what the benefit is for them, the result that it can provide. That's what's part of the campaign promise. And so the reason I pulled this Viore ad as well is this is this sort of side-by-side angle is an ad creative that they run pretty frequently. And it's sort of like a blend of a native, subtle ad creative, and they use testimonial-driven ad copy that speaks to cold traffic that highlights the use case of the product. So many times I see ad creative that uses testimonials as the ad copy, but it's not intentional. And I would say some of the best performing ads that we've ever ran with testimonial copy, especially to cold traffic, I'm talking top of funnel here, speaks to the specific use case of the actual product itself. And I can recall one ad that we ran last year where the one creative itself did probably about 300,000 in sales. And it was a testimonial driven copy on a scarf for women that highlighted what the product did for her during her workday. You know, the office would get cold, the temperature would change, and the testimonial ad copy itself spoke specifically to the desired result of how it helped that customer. So you can do this even with apparel products. It's not just about, you know, whether someone likes the shirt or the pants or the sweater or whatever it is. So that's this week's breakdown. I want to remind you of the winning ad formula. So make sure you're building that campaign promise into your hook in your ad creative and into the ad copy, making sure that that message is so compelling that it makes the offer of your product irresistible. You know, I can't pass this up. You know, I have to try these. I have to get them. And some of those other winning elements of message-driven targeting through your creative and through the copy to be able to use that broad setup, you know, on Facebook or TikTok or even Snapchat with your actual ad set up, highlighting the unique mechanism behind the product itself, like Mavrins does, in order to stand out. And lastly, new first and most, which is kind of what Mavrins hits on here as well with, you know, the Pantera restocked, you know, so back in stock. It shows that urgency. So I hope you enjoyed this week's breakdown. If you have any thoughts or comments, you know, shoot us an email. You know, would love to, you know, chat with you about winning ad creative. So enjoy and catch you soon next week.